is watching.
All right, let's make sure like the CEO watches. We want to get a trophy.
All right, people. You know it's that time of week. It is Tuesday. And you know what that means? You get to spend time with your favorite uncle and America's favorite cousin.
Yo, listen. Welcome back to another lovely episode of Real Talk Tuesdays with your favorite cousin, Mr. Jody, the podcast plug. And here we have your favorite puppies, Uncle Pudge, aka Puppies Are Us. And we got another lovely show for y'all today. We just waiting for some people to file in and waiting for our guests to arrive because it's a bunch of black folks, so they always late. But it's all good because we love them anyway. But how was your day today? Since we waiting for people to show up and people.
Man, it was good. I had to go buy a couple of more fish because freaking fish are stupid. They smashed themselves into the filter, killed themselves. Like,
wait, what?
Yeah, tried to swim between the filter and the tank, got caught, and then killed themselves. I'm like, oh my God. Had to go buy a couple more, and
so they done
this is the second time this has happened.
They done committed fish shot? Like, what the hell?
Like, you're not too bright. You can't fit. Stop it. Stay away from the filter. 55-gallon tank, and you want to swear about the filter.
Hey, like toddlers. You want to be in the one place you shouldn't be.
Right. You're costing me money here, man.
All right. We going to get it right. We going to get it right. Well, I had a straight day about stupid people at corporate, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty all right day today. Can't really trip or complain. Whatever. So so what we looking like with the puppies? You said they barking and they start. Man.
They barking. Trust me. Y'all will hear them in a few minutes. They get hungry. They get the screaming for mom. They get the roaring around here. See, you can hear a little bit of them right now.
Yeah, I hear them back there. They're yapping it up like that. Just loud.
Yeah. They just loud. Sometimes they get lost. They like, I can't find you. And I'm like, they right over there. You got your eyes open.
Jerica said, y'all just being here talking to each other. Yeah, we do.
That's how we do it.
Like, what would you want to do? It's better than talking to ourselves. We talk to each other. That's what we do. We talk to each other. But check this out though, right? While we waiting for people to still slide in and maybe waiting for some guests, what we have, right, is y'all know what's up. Our boy Tony Ultra. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know by now, Tony Ultra is like our other brother from another mother, and he had his song out called "In My Soul." So before we do anything else, we're gonna give y'all a little snippet of my boy Tony Ultra's song "In My Soul." So if you haven't already you can get it on Spotify, YouTube, Google Music, Apple Music, all that good stuff. But just a little snippet of our boy Tony Ultra, "In My Soul."
Said I got that feeling and I just can't let it go. My eyes can't see it, somehow it still shows. I know there's time for me to finally be what I can be for sure. And if they ask if I knew I belong, it was a feeling in my soul. Gas up the black Suburbans, hop in the back while my driver.
But it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's Real Talk Tuesday with America's favorite uncle and cousin. Yes, Jericho, we can do that over the phone. But we do it like this.
Listen, I'm a man of honor. I got to see it through, bro.
This what they want from the jump. Young niggas throw weight on the pump.
I don't give a damn. I done went to people's houses on the first night and met them for the first time. Let me use your bathroom and take a damn shit. I don't care.
I'm gonna back you up on 99.99%. You right. I ain't hanging out with no ugly
people. Let me tell you. I told you, man. There's levels to this.
Oh, you talking about that girl? Man, fuck
yeah, that girl.
Bruh. Man, fuck
Your bitches and your diamonds, boy, we know that you forgot about the hood, dog.
That's it.
You ain't fooling nobody.
Yo, I swear, every time I see that intro, bro, all I can think about is I went to a house for the first time. I said, "Hey man, you use your bathroom. I gotta take a shit." Yo, I can so see you saying that. I can so see you saying that, bro. I can so see you saying
Because
that.
it's true.
It be like that sometimes.
Shit,
You know,
I'm not holding my bowel movements for nobody.
that's it. Even if it's the first day, baby, you just gonna know my shit stink. That's all it is to it. Well, I got a couple people hit me. I said they
Right.
they
We might
own
as
it.
well get acquainted.
Yeah, we might as well get acquainted. This what you
Let you
want.
know up front. How it's gonna be. Right.
Yeah, this is what you
Why we
want.
gotta tiptoe around it?
Yeah,
Let's get
this
this
what you
out the
want.
way up front.
Yeah, this what you wanted, baby girl.
Ain't gonna
Stop
be
playing.
no mystery. Here we go.
Yeah, straight up. Ain't no be no mystery. So while we waiting for people to slide in,
Hello, Amanda.
man, my nigga. So while we waiting for our guest to finally show up, we're gonna start answering some of these questions because I got a fan question, and fan question was, what's the dumbest reason you ever broke up with someone? And what's the dumbest reason somebody ever broke up with you? And I was like, oh shit. I can think of a few. Oh, it's my girl right here. Oh wait, did I take her off? Did she take herself off?
I put it on. No, I put it on. Oh, you must have took it off. Oh, my bad. There you go.
Oh, okay. Is her mic on mute? Did you mute her mic or she mute her mic?
She muted her mic. You can unmute
Oh.
it.
Would it be playing peekaboo or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we do.
You it.
Right, you it.
Marcy, welcome to the
Yes.
show.
Thank you.
So first of all, I just want to tell you. First of all,
Yes,
I was watching
welcome.
my girl. Yeah, I was watching my girl's Bree podcast last night. Right, my girl Bree, she was on with us last week, right?
Mhm.
And she was doing an interview.
Last week, right.
She was interviewing Miss Marcy, right? And I'm watching the whole interview, man, and I was just feeling her vibe and her energy, bro. And I just reached out early this morning. I was like, hey, I got a podcast. You want to come hang out Tuesday? And she said, yeah, as long as I can be me and myself. And I was like, I wouldn't ask you to be any other way. Come here hanging out with us. So here she is. Marcy, tell the people where you're from and shout out your podcast because we appreciate you coming to hang out with us tonight.
Okay, guys. So my name is Marcia. I am in Maryland. Whoop whoop. So I'm so happy to be here. My podcast is currently on break. It's called the BFF Effect, which means Bringing Females Forward, where I share a podcast with 3 other amazing women. But I also have a weekly Zoom talk that I founded and I host myself. That's called Faith, Focus, and Finish Strong.
I love it. Listen, if you ever want to guest on Stay Focused and Finish Strong, holla at you, bro. I'm always down to be a guest.
Okay.
And we can talk about what. We can talk about whatever. I don't even be can. I just be wanting to be on somebody's podcast. We can talk about whatever. I don't care. I do not care. So Miss, I don't want to butcher your name. Said Marcia?
Yes, Marcia.
Marcia, okay. So
Yes.
I remember that. I don't want to be butchering nobody's name. You was nice enough to come hang out, so I don't want to be saying your name wrong. And she from DC, Maryland area, so they don't play around.
You're funny for that.
Hey, they don't. They don't play around. So listen, we was about to start off with our fan question of the night. And so our fan question tonight was, what's the dumbest reason you've ever been broken up with? And what's the dumbest reason you've ever broken up with somebody? And I was like, man, I mean, I think I done told this story one time, bro. On Valentine's Day, man, remember the girl that bought me the Walmart sheets? Done. It was a wrap from them, bro. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, man. I felt so disrespected, man. Like, come on, bro. Out of all the stuff I got in my house, bro, you real deal roll up in here and bought me Walmart sheets. I was like, nah, can't do it. Nah, you don't. I was like, I told her, I was like, you don't respect me as a man, okay? As a man who takes care of himself, you don't respect me as a man. So I gotta walk away from this situationship, man. So I think that was about the dumbest reason I ever broke up with somebody. About the pettiest. Yeah, about the pettiest. Marcia, you look like you thinking hard.
Yes, I am. Like, what's considered dumb?
You know what? We take all the answers. Now don't be having no bitter ex watching this show texting you later. Like you telling all my business on the internet.
Ooh, let me see. I think that maybe the dumbest reason that someone has broken up with me is because I wouldn't accept a Christmas present from them. And he totally went left field with it. He got really upset. But I've always been that type of person that gifts, you don't have to buy me gifts. I'm more about like your actions. And I really felt like sometimes people just buy you things and they think that you're like, I mean, most women, like, they want the bags, they want the shoes, they want the jewelry. But I'm like, I just want your attention, right? I just want some quality time with you. You don't have to buy me anything. Like, let's use this money and let's build things, because that piece of jewelry or that bag or whatever, it depreciates. And so I think that's the only situation that I can think of.
So let me get this straight. Let's back it up. Rewind. We like to get a thorough definition. He got mad at you because you didn't accept the gift. All right, bumping. I'm nosy. What he bought you though?
It was a necklace.
What kind of necklace? Cuban link?
I don't even remember.
I'm about to say, if you want a Cuban link, you take it back. Man, take this shit back. I don't want no. You can't be no Cuban link. Take it back. Was it a little dinky little necklace?
Yeah, like the ones with the little hearts, the heart on it. It's like I believe it was one of those type of necklaces.
He didn't even try. He didn't like you in the first place. He didn't even try. The crap behind necklace. He didn't even try. That sounded like no effort to me. Now you know what it was? He went to Zales and they had those on sale for the holiday necklaces. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones they advertise on TV, like the Forever Hearts,
the
hearts entangled. That's what that was, and you didn't accept it. He spent a good hard $80, and you broke his heart.
Mad.
I bet he called you at least 5 or 6 names on the way out the door.
Yep.
He didn't.
Yelled everything.
Oh, yelled.
Mm-hmm. He was really mad.
Okay, listen. One of our followers have a question. It says, "Do you feel like it wasn't thoughtful enough?"
I mean, it wasn't even about it being thoughtful. Like the one thing when you're dating someone, you need to understand what their love language is.
Right? Wait. Say it one more time. For the people in the back didn't hear you. Say it one more time.
When you're dating someone, you need to know what their love language is. And I'm not one that wants the gifts. I'm just not. Like, I'm one who wants the words of affirmation. I'm one who wants the quality time. That I'm not the person who wants the gift. So it wasn't much so about being thoughtful. It's just it wasn't for me. I wasn't the girl.
God, please. So you come up here. We ain't been on 10 minutes yet. You already freaking. Dang. All right, so I dropped the girl for Shelly. That's you with the background.
So who?
Is that you with the background?
What background?
About to say, I can hear her talking on your thing.
Oh,
Tiffany's
looking at the show.
Yeah, tell Tiffany to turn it down a little bit. I can hear everything I'm saying.
Yeah, she turned it down a little bit.
Oh, tell I so appreciate it. Let me think about the stupidest reason I ever got dumped. Okay. All right. So I was talking to this chick and like we was kicking it, whatever, everything was kosher. And her baby daddy got out of jail, right? And she was like, "Oh, my baby daddy just got out of jail, and he mad because I'm dating you, so he want to fight you." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, damn. you must really want to be a single mom. Cause I know who your baby dad. I ain't finna fight this fool. I'm finna put Buddy on an IG somebody IG post, put Buddy on a t-shirt. I'm not fighting that big ass behemoth of a nigga. And she broke up with me because I wasn't gonna fight her baby daddy. I know, stupidest shit ever. Yeah. So she broke up with me because I wouldn't fight her baby daddy for her. I was like, girl, first of all, you don't even know how to fry a good pork chop. Like, you fry it too hard every time. So I'm not fighting for no chick who can't fry a decent pork chop, bro.
Right.
And she don't even make her Kool-Aid with enough sugar. Like, come on, bro. You black. You don't know how to make Kool-Aid. And then on top of all that, she didn't say red Kool-Aid. She's like, I'm gonna make some fruit punch Kool-Aid. I'm like, what the hell is fruit punch Kool-Aid? You need red? She was like,
wow.
So that was, and so she kicked me to the curb. She kicked me to the straight curb. I was a little devastated and disappointed, but other than that, I wasn't doing all that. So, but hold on, let's read some of these comments right quick. My boy Jesse said, I had a chick break up with me in middle school as a dare. She literally said this at first. I'm breaking up with you. I asked why. She said, just because. I said, okay. Fast forward 2 hours later. Really, Jesse? Really? Hold on. I'll fast forward 2 hours later. I was already dating another girl. She legit said it was a dare. Please take me back. I said, too late. I'm already with someone else. And that was that. Ooh. Damn, Jesse. I just want you to know. If you was my daughter's boyfriend, you'd have to fight me after school. My daughter come home talking about, dude broke her heart. You got to fight me, bro. Breaking my baby's heart like,
hey, man. My man moved time waits for no one. Had to move on.
Oh, obviously, Miss Marcia already has fans. The hell with the gifts. Uncle Pudge, what is the dumbest? I know you got a story. I know it is. First of all, you gotta understand.
Oh, yeah.
He always got a story.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Life experience.
What is the pettiest reason you've ever dumped somebody?
Oh, me? Oh, man, let me see. You know what, man? She would no orgasm, so I got to get rid of her. So you can't put me out there like that, baby. She's messing with my success rate. Had to let it go.
Jesus.
You better fake it or something, but I'm like, oh, you one of them? Gotta go.
She was messing with your self-esteem.
Man, fuck my head up. Like, wait a minute. I got a good percentage. I don't want her to be lowered. She got to go. Something wrong with her. I had to let her go.
Ask.
Looking back on it, I made the right decision. Like,
well, I appreciate your god awful honesty. Your boy said I made the right decision. Okay, so what's the dumbest reason you've ever been dumped?
Oh man. Now this happened, man. I was in high school. We was in Chicago on Thursday. The big museum that we have, the Museum of Science and Industry, is free. So me and my boys, we arranged a little dish party. Meet some girls up there. My boy was hollering to this one girl and said, bring a friend for my boy. And so my boy Jovan was like the fifth wheel. So we walking through the museum, me and the chick conversating. She said something to Joe, rubbed him the right way. He on the verge of beating the girl at, which I would never let happen. But it was very volatile between them. So, me, I'm a gentleman at this stage of my life, younger guy, being nice, complimenting her, holding hands, doing my thing. Thinking I made a love connection. Later that night, she calls me up on the telephone, said she couldn't be with me because I'm too nice. And she said she wanted to date Joe. I said, wait a minute. Jovan, the one who was going to beat the hell out of you. and I'm too nice. That's why you don't want to be with me. Mess my head up. I was like, how in the hell you don't be with somebody because they too nice? Man. All right, so if I'm an asshole, women will like me. Hmm. That's an interesting revelation.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's not like a future topic for another day. Baby,
Yeah, right. And then as I got older, that shit was true. Women prefer assholes. I don't know why. Right. So I'm a nice asshole now. So there you go.
until you until you ask your first baby mama,
Oh man, you
bruh.
don't even want to bring that up.
Bruh, Chris said they said the wrong words after sex. Apologize for Jesus.
Take the
Y'all,
wheel.
y'all, wow. Y'all could have said anything else but that. Y'all could have said anything else but that. Well, that's great. So, um, we also all right. So now we have right our hot topic for the week. You know what I'm saying? Because every week we pick what's going on and we talk about it because that's what we want to do. We want to have a conversation. And this week's hot topic is gas prices. These gas prices, right? I don't know. So we're all from different areas. So I'm from Florida. Right now they're looking at around about 430, like 430, 439, between 439 and about $4 for gas right now. Right. That's like the highest it's been since like seriously like the recession. Right. It's about 439 ish. 399 to 499. That's where our gas prices are sitting at right now here in Florida. Marcia, where's your gas prices sitting at in the Maryland, DC area?
Our gas prices are about, I think like today it was around between kind of similar, 370, 380 up to like 420, 450, depending on where you are in the DMV area.
Okay. And what will your gas prices be looking like a little bit?
Shit, man. I live next to a gas station. That might say 465. I gotta go to freaking Wisconsin for 409, 399. I'm like, I'm not paying these high as gas prices.
That's big facts. But listen though, so Brandon said, how about how we we about to do it like a planet and we finna pay it anyway. So, right, I bring that up, right? Because here's my point of view on the hot topic, right? Um, okay, y'all gonna have to bear with me. Give me 2 seconds. All right, I've seen so many people complaining about the gas prices, and if you don't know me, I'm a numbers guy. I might not have been good at a lot of things with life, but I'm good at math, right? Math is my shit. Math is numbers and problems. It makes sense to me, so that's why I'm at. So math is my shit. So bear with me. Let me break it down for you. To the people that complain about gas, shut the fuck up. All right, shut up. I don't want to hear your complaints. Like, let's get real, okay? I don't give a fuck what type of gas you put in your car. Even the people that are putting diesel in their car, I don't care what you're putting in your car. Because let me break this down for you, right? Let's just say it's a particular young lady that I know on Facebook, right? Bitch, you drive a Nissan Altima, okay? I know for a fact that car gets about 27, 28 miles to the gallon, right? You drive a fucking Nissan Altima. I know that car has about 14, 15 gallons of gas. So gas went from 329 to about 439. So let's say about $1.10. So you mean to tell me that it cost you an extra $15.20 to fill your gas tank up? Now you complaining about gas being too high. Make that shit make sense to me. So you mean to tell me if you fill your gas tank up 4 times a week, it's costing you an extra $60 a month? You mean to tell me that you so goddamn broke that that extra $60 for gas is busting your pockets? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because I thought you was breaking generational curses. I thought you was securing the bag. I got my ears up because I can't hear you. You was breaking generational curses. You was securing it. You was securing the bag, right? right? You was finna take more flights, less complaining. Is that what I'm hearing? That's what I heard, because that's all she ever posts, right? I'm like, oh, so how you complain about gas prices, but you still buying that overpriced salty ass seafood? Make that shit make sense. How you complain about gas prices and your eyelashes still touching the top of your forehead? Make that shit make sense. You got money to put them bird wings on your goddamn face, but you ain't got money to put in your gas tank. I was like, make it make sense. Man, and you still getting EBT. You just posted your EBT balance on motherfucking Facebook. Your EBT balance is $1,000. Why don't you sell some of the EBT and get you some gas? Because I'm not trying to hear what you're talking about when you talk about gas prices. I get it. The number at the pump just sucks. Okay, it sucks. When I walk into that, when I'm at work and I fill my work truck up, that pump sucks. Like, damn, really $4. But let's be honest with you. Gas went up $1 and some motherfucking change. Is gas really breaking our pockets, or we just seeing that number and we tripping the fuck out? Or somebody just break me down. Maybe I'm being insensitive, right? But I don't want to hear about your gas prices, because you want to talk about trouble. I got a Jeep, okay? It's got a V8. My gas mileage sucks. That motherfucker got 24 gallons. Guess what? Every time I go to the pump, these are just the consequences of my actions. I knew what I bought before I bought the damn thing, and that's why I wanted it. I'll be okay. I'm not tripping about the extra $27 it's costing me to fill up my tank. So if you are, to me personally, right, if you are complaining about gas, that just sounds like some broke, irresponsible shit. And me personally, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about your gas woes. Shut up. Be financially responsible. Stop buying weed. Stop buying loud packs. Like, nigga really go to the barbershop every week and pay $60 for a haircut. Put that money in your gas tank since you so damn broke. Stop going to the strip club. How you throwing ones on the bitch and your gas tank on E? How about you get those spark plugs fixed in your car? Okay, box Chevy. You got a box Chevy. Shit sound like a pretty bit snoring, right? Like, get that box Chevy fixed up. Like, bruh, so many other things in this world you can be spending your money on, but you decide to complain about gas. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't want to hear about your gas woes. I don't. That's my rant. I'm done. Marcia, how are you feeling about these current gas prices?
First of all, what hasn't went up? I mean, if we're going to complain, we might as well complain about everything else. The food in the grocery store went up. When you go out to eat, the prices of food. I mean, what hasn't went up? At the same time that these businesses are taking gas prices up, your job should be taking your pay rate up. So that's the problem that you should be focusing on. Why isn't your job paying you more money?
You want to get on the phone with my boss right now?
Like, why isn't
you want to talk to her right now?
The cost of living went up. So when the cost of living goes up, jobs have to give their employees an increase because the cost of living has went up, right? Like, if you work at a business, they took the price up on their products, on their services. So your paycheck, your hourly rate, your salary, it should have went along with that increase. And, you know, we live in a society where all people do is complain. I've been guilty of it, just complaining. Like, people want to stay in that, you know, in misery, right? And they just want to bring everyone else in the misery with them. First of all, how about we be grateful that we have a car to put gas in? You could be catching the bus.
Damn.
Right? How about we be grateful that we woke up to see another day? You can be 6 feet under. Okay, so instead of complaining and bringing the whole world into your misery, how about you do something to change that? Take all that energy, all that mouth you got, and do something to change that. Go knock on your boss's door, go send an email and schedule that meeting and ask for a raise. Do what you got to do, because us complaining, what is that going to change? That's not going to change anything. You just talking to be talking?
Damn. You heard, so hold on. What? Well, obviously that's how she feels. Listen, I'm 100% with you. But for me, I'm gonna be honest. I can't complain about gas because I drive a company truck and I got a company car. And so most of my driving is spent in they shit. on a dime. So I don't complain about gas a lot. But I don't complain about gas at all because I barely fill up my tank, like maybe once a month, right? But so for me, I got it good. I be filling up the company truck because baby, I'm gonna run my errands, or regardless. But I do 1,000 agree to that because the price of everything is going up. Because bro, do you know it costs like $11 to get a bowl from Chick-fil-A now, and not a bowl from Chipotle? Yeah, that shit broke my heart. I was like, damn, that shit used to be $9. Now it's 11. Shit ridiculous. Do you know why they charge the money? Because people gotta move the product because the gas prices don't went up. But for people like regular people, stop complaining about gas prices. Like you're not gonna sit here and convince me that $50, $60 a month is breaking your pocket. With all the dumb shit that you spend money on, it's not breaking your pocket. Our CEO say book flights, not feelings, but you got in your feelings about them gas prices. That's real talk, man. That's real talk. How you feel about these gas prices?
Okay. First and foremost, we like to say here on Family Talk, Real Talk, don't sell your EBT. That's criminal. We don't condone criminal activity. Now that's out the way.
Yeah, don't sell it unless you sell it to me.
we keep that on the hush. But anyway, my job is actually great because last time when the gas prices went up, they wound up giving us $2,000 bonus to compensate for it. So they give us bonuses. Like this time around, it's anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. They always keep up with it. Even the maintenance of the car. Like last month, within a 2-week span, they gave us $3,000 bonus. $1,000 the first time, $2,000 the next time, because we drive our own vehicles to pick up clients and stuff like that. So they look out for us. As a matter of fact, they gave us 2 raises the months before. They boost our pay to match the cost of living. Like, I'm like, what? I've never had a job. I love you. I'm like, y'all stuck with me. Y'all fire me, y'all gonna have to call the police and drag me out of this bitch. Y'all give away free money? Okay. But these gas prices, man, shit, right now my shit's sitting on a quarter tank. And normally I like to fill mine up and go fill. I've been hesitant. I've been dragging my feet.
Got to do belts,
You know, keep it local.
I love it.
Go to Sam's Club. How much is the Sam's Club gas? Damn. It's so high they turn the light off. Like, we ain't gonna tell you till you get to the pump. Like you're gonna be shocked. But hey, man,
if you see the number, you might stop pumping.
Right, like, hold on. Let me put 5 in it just to get me to where I need to go and back. But it's like y'all said, man, you complaining about it, you're going to pay it because you got to get to where you got to get to. Bottom line. I seen this. I'm like, yo, monkey ass is standing in line for a pair of Jordans. That's $250, $300. But you complaining about some gas prices? You should complain about that shit.
Bro,
that man ain't playing basketball in over 20 years.
Shit, that's gonna get you to them funky ass Jordans, but you complain about that though.
For real, like you spend all your money buying PS5s. That's $500. About 3 of them, you just spent $1,500 on 3 damn game systems, and you can't even live in them bitches. You can't drive them. So what's the point? You know, why complain about something like gas that you need for your car? If you don't like it, get your ass on the bus. Get your ass a bike. Shit, ride to work. Get more healthy. Get you some rollerblades. Rollerblade your ass to work or something. I don't know. I don't like it. It sucks, but what the hell are you going to do about
Hey,
it?
you gonna have somebody,
keep them on.
Hey, you gonna have somebody on some freaking wheelies riding ass.
Man,
some wheelies, bro.
I can't find none in my size, man. I've been looking like
I'd be damn.
Roll my ass to Walmart, like shit, fuck it.
But real shit though, like it just does bother me. People are like, "Oh, gas prices too high to be doing this, that, and the third." And I look at the numbers, but I really do. Like I look at what it costs to fill up my tank versus what it's costing now. And it's literally like an extra $26. Now, yes, would I like to do something different with that $26? Yes, but is that $26 breaking me? No, it's not. Because I think about every single time I'm at a gas pump, like, damn, it's an extra $26. But I think about every time I bought something stupid for $26. Like, I can't listen. Listen, my problem is this. Here's my biggest money waste. When I'm at work and I pack my lunch, right? And I'm riding down the street and I'm getting a little hungry. So I'm about to pull over to my little spot and eat my lunch. And all of a sudden I pass a Mission's barbecue, and that's hit me in the nose. But that barbecue looked damn better than this sandwich I made earlier this morning. Ain't that something? You know what? I eat it tomorrow. And it's like they go $19 right there. And when you go to Five Guys, they go $17 right there. Done for. So it's like, if I can spend money on that, I can spend extra money on you ain't never gonna hear me complain about gas. I spend way too much money on dumb shit to be out here bitching and complaining about some gas, bro. It is not that serious. So if you complaining about gas, I'm on your ass. Like, real talk. And I'm with Marcia 1000%. Y'all need to up the minimum wage. No, don't up the minimum wage, because I'm not paying people $15 to flip burgers. But y'all need to up our wages.
Why not? It's a skill.
We will make a whole nother subject, because I got my own feelings about upping the minimum wage, because I just give you a little window. I feel like if you up the minimum wage, it enables lazy ass people to remain lazy. That's how I feel about it. It's like, I'm happy doing this one little job and never elevating myself. Now you're gonna pay me more to do it. You're not helping anybody elevate. Like, let's be real. I feel like for people who flip burgers, it's either young people who just need a little side hustle, or old people who just want some money after retirement. Flipping burgers, working at fast food joints and shit, this should not be your fucking full-time job. You should not be at McDonald's making $40, like making 40 hours a week working at McDonald's. Like, I can't stand that shit. Like, nigga, better yourself. But that's it for that. Lola, nice of you to join us.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight?
We all right. How you doing? We happy to see you.
Good. Amen. Likewise.
What happened to the long head on cat this week?
Listen, what a day. Just don't look at the hair. Just ignore the hair today.
You eat, what you eating?
Apple slices.
Okay, all right. Because you already told us to hold you accountable.
Yes.
Listen, we're gonna hop into our real talk scenario, right? Because this is one I was cooking up in my head while I was driving down to work, right? So bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna hit you with the scenario, right? Because I thought it's some wild shit. Y'all know me. So, right? Let's say you hop off a flight, right? And you got your long, not 1 week, but 2 week vacation, right? You got your long awaited 2 week vacation with your little boo, bae, wife, hubby, whatever. You got your long 2 week vacation with your person, right? To whatever beach or cabin you feel like going to. It's wherever you want to be at, right? And you hop off the plane and you see your ex's new person, right? Like, you see your ex new person there, but they not with your ex. They with somebody else. So you like, damn, I know that ain't my ex person cheating. And then they see them, and they roll up on you and say, hey, if you keep quiet, I'll pay for your trip.
Who won first?
I go first.
Go first.
I ain't saying shit. Not a word. I'm gonna get a free vacation, and plus for me, I'm not breaking bro code. I'm a bro. I ain't telling on my homies. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling on my homie. So therefore, I ain't saying shit. I just got me a free vacation, right? But after my vacation, I might hit her up and be like, hey, so where your nigga been at the last couple weeks? Where your nigga been at? Just one day. And that's all you gonna get from me. Or I send it to my burner account. Where your nigga at? That's all you gonna get from me. But I ain't directly telling. I'm taking my 2 week vacation. Cause I'm not telling. That's it. That's how you get from me. I ain't saying shit. I'm gonna let it happen. You know why I'm gonna let it happen? Because if we was together, you would have been getting cheated on, but we not. Because you ain't shit. So get cheated on, deal with it. What about you, Miss Lola?
I wasn't gonna tell anyways, but I'm a damn sure keep it in my back pocket. So if my ex ever tries something, try to talk down on my name. Oh, really? What is this? What is
Damn.
this? So I'm gonna sneak a picture or something.
Damn.
Gotta
So
have that in your back pocket.
Keeping it for blackmail.
You
know what? That sounds like you though. I'm like you. I might keep it in my back pocket too. I need some leverage to hold you. And plus, like I said, bro code. I can't tell on you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You the homie. You the bro. I ain't never damn because you know what it is? Here's how I look at it. At a certain point, you thinking my ex is something and she not, but you thinking it's something. So for your pain and suffering, I'm gonna let you have your side chick, bro. Cause I understand why you need it. Cause she thinks she always right. So I'm gonna let you have your side chick, right? And I ain't gonna say shit. And in the process, I get a free 2-week vacation. I'm like you, and I'm keeping it, so I can throw it in your face later. Like, oh, you got something to say? Bah, that's where your nigga was out with another chick, and she gonna be like, why you ain't say nothing? Because that's the bro code. I can't break bro code. But your nigga out here cheating. See, I told you wasn't shit. Told you it wasn't just me. But that's my. I'm not telling. I'm not telling. Miss Marcia, what about you? Would you tell? Now, mind you, right? I want you. You told me earlier today, you woman of God, I want your Christian answer. What would a Christian in you do?
Well, first of all, he's my ex for a reason. So it's none of my business.
Damn.
And no, like, I feel like by me saying that, okay, yeah, you can pay for my vacation, like, that's me being like an accomplice to what the person is doing, right? I'm being proud of it because I'm keeping my mouth shut and I'm having them pay me because they feel guilty. And so if she was to walk up to me, I'll be like, look, sweetie, I don't have nothing to do with him. That's between you and him. You need to figure that out. Whatever's going on, you need to figure it out. Because why do you continue to stay in a place that you're not happy? Just leave. Like, if you feel like you got to cheat on someone, just leave them. Why stay in a place that's, because basically all you're doing is you continue to you're chasing something that's temporary, right? Because you're not happy at home. So you're going outside the home to make yourself feel better, right? To make yourself feel loved, to make yourself feel wanted. That's temporary too, because you still got to go back to that home. So you're going to end up back in that space. So I'll just tell her like it is. And he's my ex for a reason.
We gonna get you one of them white collars in the road.
Don't do that.
Because you be up here preaching.
Look, like, somebody got to tell the truth. Somebody got to speak the truth. We live in a world with so many lies and so many people hurting. And people don't want to face their truth. And you have to face your truth.
Hey, I got a whole subject for that in a few minutes. Don't you worry. Hey, hold on to that because I got you. I'm going to let you unleash the beast. I got you. What about you? So, me and Lola on some petty shit. We taking the money, the vacation, and we taking pictures. We for the blackmail. What about you, If you seen your ex's new person out with somebody else and they offer to pay for your, what if they say, hey, bro, we got you for 2 weeks in Orlando? What you doing,
Oh, man, let me tell you something.
Free trip to Disney?
I got a story about this. This actually happened, bro. But first, I would tell you, if I see my ex new thing, and he look at me like, "Hey, man, don't tell. I'm gonna pay the vacation for you." I'm like, "Cool, brother. I done gave my friendship away for free far too long. Matter of fact, they go to bank account now. I need a wire transfer. I need about $5,000 of spending money in that, and it better be there in 10 minutes. Well, I'm gonna have your ass on CNN. Trust me about that. I need all of it. Now, my youngest son, mom, she had got bariatric surgery, right? And she started losing all this weight because, when you get that surgery, you lose. So she was feeling herself one night, I guess. She was out drinking, and sending me some drunk texts talking about, where they was at. They out drinking, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Next day, she calls me up. Did I text you? I'm looking like, you text me because you're looking at your damn phone. And then she's like, when I say, I'm like, you read your text messages. You didn't say nothing. I was like, you was just talking. That's all. And she literally told me, she's like, too bad I didn't send you any naked pics. I said, huh? I looked at the phone like, let me read that again. I'm like, I had to read it 5 times to make sure I understood. Now, mind you, she married to this dude she left me for, Mr. Wonderful. I'm like, whoa, she want to send me some. Oh, I'm like, no, I thought I was the devil, though. I was a monster. Now you want to send me like I just glossed over it, like start talking about something, pork chops or something. I don't know. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go cook because that ain't finna happen here. Like,
So
no.
she's ready to spin the block.
Hey, brother, I kept the text messages for in time of need, so I can detonate them bad boys, man. When I get ready, man, like set the bomb, light the fuse, sit back and watch. Like
Look,
that stuff is crazy.
so listen, I'm about to before we switch to the next subject, I'm about to put all my brothers on game right quick because I gotta help us out. So I be at my corporate office, right? And I'm cool. I'm cool as hell at my corporate office. So I got this one department with a bunch of women, right? And every once in a while I go to the corporate office and we go to the we go down to the taco truck and grab lunch and they put a brother on game, you know what I'm saying? At least once a week I go down to can they put a brother on game, right? So all these women one day they whip out their phones, right? And all these women, I'm talking about at least 80% of women have a folder with screenshots in them, right? Of niggas in relationships, just in case he ever get bucked. And I was thinking like, nah, y'all ain't got that, right? Every single one of these females whipped out their phone, bro. They in the iCloud, they in their Google Cloud, they in their Verizon Cloud, they T-Mobile, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to store, bro. I'm talking about screenshots of like niggas in their inbox hollering. And then they got pictures of them with their girlfriends, right? So girl was like, screenshot, got it dated, and they got a picture of him and his chick like 2 days later. I'm just like, damn. So fellas, do yourself a favor. If you got a girl, for real, stay the hell out of these females' inbox. Because even though they don't respond, they damn sure definitely took a screenshot. So please stay out of these females' inbox.
Yeah, there's actually a TikTok trend right now of women, like when men with girlfriends inbox them, they send a screenshot to the girlfriend with a certain song playing in the background. So it's actually a trend going on right now. So it's a dangerous time to be a thought right now.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. That's why I don't be doing shit. Hey, every time a chick release her inbox, I be like, I'm safe because I don't be inbox. I ain't finna inbox shit. I ain't got nothing to say to you. We ain't got nothing to say because you won't get anything I gotta say, I'm gonna put it on the post. Like straight up, like boom, right there so the world can see it. Cause I ain't got time. But fellas, they inbox, they screenshotting these conversations. And if you think you safe sending it on Snapchat, nah, brother, they screenshotting it with they taking pictures with their burner phone, homeboy. They ain't safe Snapchat either, bro. But I'll hop in these comments and we're gonna get to some real good stuff in a second. My boy B said my name Bennett Ann and pay for my vacation, please. My girl Jerica said I'm minding my business because what that got to do with me.
Correct.
I'm singing like a canary. I can pay for my own damn trip. Boy, I tell you. Man, you a good friend because I wouldn't have said shit. And Jerica right on the same page as Miss Marcel. Why people cheat? Just be single. Got some hot stuff. So we got our real talk topic of the night. Like this the real good shit right here. So I'm gonna let you go first, Miss Marcia, because I want you to use passion. So I'm gonna let you go first. So about like 2 weeks ago, young lady, Naomi Osaka, I believe, young tennis star, right? Was brought to tears by a heckler that said simply, "You suck." And it brought her to tears on the court, right? Now, this is the second time this young lady has had a fan heckle her and she's been brought to tears, right? Now, you have a lot of people that want to defend her. You have a lot of people because she's a young, like I think like half Asian and half African American woman. So, a lot of people are like, oh, it's racist, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, sweetheart, I understand the position. You are at this moment one of the top 5 tennis players in the world, right? You're gonna have hackers. So me personally, I want to tell the girl, shut the fuck up. You'll be okay. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, because it's like, how can we how can people, right, be like, oh, they need to tell them people to be quiet and everything else up under the sun because everybody's coming to her rescue, right? Telling her to be quiet. But I'm like, wait a second. So y'all coming to her rescue because she got told she sucked and she started crying. But y'all called LeBron James a bitch because he had a woman thrown out of a game because she made the statement, I hope your son gets in a car accident. So he had her kicked out, right? And Russell Westbrook had another dude kicked out because he said, I'm gonna fuck your wife in the ass. So these guys have these people kicked out of stadiums for saying stuff like that. But she crying because you got told you suck, and we're telling her it's okay. So the question is, has society just got too damn sensitive, or are we doing enough in these days? Like, so I'm gonna let Miss Marcia go first because she was passionate. So has society got too damn sensitive these days, or are we enough woke?
First of all, society is not sensitive.
Mm.
My opinion, because you're sitting here and telling her to shut the fuck up. I got a question. Do we know what her tears mean? Because when I get angry, I cry. When I'm sad, I cry. So society always looks at tears as crying as a weakness, but you don't even know why the person is crying, right?
You got a fair point.
You don't know, like, people always want to ask you questions like, what happened to you? What's wrong with you? I mean, they ask you what's wrong with you, but they don't ask you what happened. They could have said something that could have triggered something that she could have been dealing with. Maybe she grew up and she got bullied as a child, and that triggered her, right? So yes, society should wrap their arms around her, but get her the help that she needs and try to figure out, like, why does this trigger her? Because that person could have sent her off a bridge just by their words. Words hurt. You don't know the things that people are dealing with inside their own mind, right? Because we know that the battle is in the mind. We are the hardest people on ourselves. So we don't know what negative thoughts that she is dealing with. We don't know what happened to her as a child that has caused those negative thoughts. We don't know what's going on in her household. Being famous, being in the limelight, that is not an easy thing. We don't know what those people have to face on a daily basis, and she's a child. So if baby girl needs to cry, why can't she cry? Why can't she show her emotions? That's a problem. We in the world, we want to walk around with these masks on our face, and we don't want to look weak in front of people. Why? Why do I always have to be strong? Where does it say that I always have to be strong? Why can't I have a weak moment? Why can't I be in tune with my emotions? Why do I have to hide them? And why do I have to suffer in silence? We're expecting people to suffer in silence and not get the help that they need. When someone is crying out, that means they need help. So why can't we help them?
Well, I can honestly say I didn't think about it like that, right? And I think I agree with everything you're saying about far as them needing help, right? But it is, you are 19 going on 20. You are a tennis star, right? You want to play within the big leagues. You want to be the best. Like, so it's like there's gonna come a certain amount of heckling, if you will. So it's like, why is it every single time somebody says something to this young lady, it's like you're crying? This is like her third or fourth time on TV. Like, the one dude asked her a question about like her workout routine, and she's crying. You know, she lost the match, and he's like, you know, do you think it had anything to do with you taking time off? And she started crying. It's like, bro, you want to be in this position, right? You want to be the top tennis player. Well, guess what? It's gonna come with people who don't like you because, let's face it, you're black and Asian. No, the world is not gonna be sensitive, especially to you. So it's like, I'm not saying she can't cry, I'm just saying, you know what? Cry in the locker room. To me, it just looks weak. It's like, girl, what are you going through? And if you're that emotional, if something as simple as you suck can put you in tears in a tennis match, then maybe you're right. Maybe you need to take some time off from tennis and really reel it in and figure out what's really going on in your world, that the phrase "you suck" can send you off a place of that. Like, maybe you need to figure it out on your end, because it's like you're too fragile, and the world is not going to be a nice place. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you're that fragile, then it's like you need to figure out what's causing you to be that fragile. And it's not even about her per se. It's about society in general, because I see a lot of stuff where my nieces and nephews come home from school and they always have some paperwork about, the anti-bullying stuff and stuff like that. And I'm all down for anti-bullying. Like, I'm not cool with no type of bullying. But I also teach my nieces and nephews, like, hey, people are gonna say shit that you don't like. And how you respond is how they're gonna treat you. So if they say something you don't like, if you can ignore it, ignore it. But if you can't ignore it, then how you gonna react to it? Because if you cry about it, they ain't gonna do it but make you look even more like a target. So it's like, whether you have to defend yourself with your words, then you defend yourself with your words. Or whether you have to defend yourself with your fists if you get to that point, you defend yourself. But it's like, the world is not gonna take it easy on you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find a way to combat that. And there's a place to be vulnerable, but there's also a place to have some kind of thick skin, bro. And it's like, in this world, it seems like everybody just wants to be hugs and kisses and vulnerable. It's just like, oh, somebody said something mean, I'm gonna cry. It's like, is it really worth crying? You know what I'm saying? Because when we was growing up, somebody said something mean, let's say something mean back. Like, I don't need you coming in here crying to me every 2 seconds every time somebody says something, because especially as black people, you know what I'm saying, and black and brown people, we're gonna get the short end of the stick. We got to work twice as hard for half as much. That's how it's always been. And there's no point in crying. You are a young black woman in a predominantly white sport. Like, people are gonna heckle you. People are gonna talk about you. It's like, you know what you do? You play, you get better. And the same thing with the little gymnastics girl. It's like, you got all bent out of shape because they changed the scoring system because you were so damn good. It's like, you should be proud of that. Why are you quitting? Like, you go out there, you compete, and you put on the best little flippity show that you possibly can, and beat them at their own game. It's like, why are you crying and quitting because they changed the scoring system because you were too good? They literally told this girl, you're attempting flips that are gonna hurt other people. That's how good you are. Take that as a sign of, I'm so great, they changed the scoring system. I'm so great, they got to heckle me. I'm so great, you got to say bad things to me. You take that as a compliment and brush that shit off. Now, if you need to deal with it later, deal with it later. But like, take that shit as a compliment and keep it moving. Or it just, like, you can't let the world see this like sad part of you, because it's like, it's gonna keep kicking you. You know what I'm saying? The moment you show some vulnerability, like, that's when people attack you. And so now that this is like your third time crying on national TV because somebody said something mean, you think it's gonna stop? Like, you think when you go play like the Europe Open, that some dumbass white European person is gonna say something nice to you? No. Like, if you're playing against my kid and all I gotta do is say you suck to throw you off my game, I'm gonna say it. Why? Because it's throwing you off your game. And that's how the world is. The world is gonna attack your weaknesses. And it's like, if you expose that, they're gonna attack it every single time. And so it's like, you have to build some type of thick skin. I get mental health and everything being like a serious issue, and making sure you have your mental health together. And Marcia, I didn't think about it like you said, right? So I agree with what you said. Like, maybe there's something in her childhood or in her life to where that triggered her to a certain point. So it's like, baby girl, if you so triggered by a simple phrase that you suck, then you need to take some time off from tennis and really focus on getting that under control. So I never thought about it. So I appreciate you coming in with that point of view. So I never thought about it like that. That's an interesting take. But there also is a certain place where it's like, bro, you gotta kind of be on your own. But you can't have people hold your hand emotionally your whole life, bro. Because that's not how life works. Sometimes you just gotta put on your big girl panties and your big boy pants and just kind of move around some shit. Because I'm pretty sure there's stuff said to you every single day that you don't like. I'm pretty sure Telly has to go through something he doesn't like. Same thing with Lola. There's gonna be stuff said to her that she doesn't like. But it's like, do you cry about it? No. You take it as stupid, you move around it, and you keep going. And that's how I feel about it. Lola, what you feel about it?
Sorry, it's
Yeah.
some background noise.
Hold on.
So like,
Lola, is that your mic?
Who, me?
Yeah, I heard myself talking. Like, all right, go ahead.
She's 24. She's not 19 going on 20. She's 24. My thing is this life is very tough, and it's really, I'm not saying her parents didn't, but so I don't know her upbringing, but I do think that it's a parent's role for us to prepare our children for the world, especially when your child is in a limelight, regardless of what that limelight is, because every person who's in the spotlight endures some type of negative feedback. Sometimes it may be in the middle of a performance. You may get booed, you may get heckled, and you really need to learn how to utilize that for fuel to get through whatever it is that you're getting through. And then also give yourself the grace and the time to feel your emotions still after the fact. But it is critical that we show our kids that life is tough. Life is very tough, regardless of what you do for a living. You're gonna have. My daughter had a issue today with one of her teachers, and she called me in tears, and I told her, "You need to compose yourself. You've got to get yourself together. I don't care what that teacher said to you. I don't care what anybody says to you. You have to learn how to regulate your emotions. That does not mean suppress your emotions. That doesn't mean not allowing yourself to feel, but you've got to be able to get through some stuff, especially something as basic as somebody saying that you suck. Now, if somebody were to say a low blow, like talk about, a deceased person that was really close to you or a tragic moment in your life, and there's certain things I know that are real triggers that maybe instantly could get to somebody, but you suck and you are in a professional sport, I really think that it's time for her to either seek some therapy and figure out why she was so triggered so that way she can endure moving forward, or just give it up. And that's not even being that crass. That's just saying, hey, if this is bad for your mental health, you might want to let this go. I do agree that I think we coddle people, especially in the name of trying to be inclusive and trying to be gentle with mental health. I think in turn we're doing everyone a disservice. It's okay to tell somebody, hey, you gotta suck that up. You gotta wipe your face for right now, and then allow yourself to feel at a later time. It doesn't mean that you have to ignore those feelings, but you got to be able to get through whatever it is that you got to get through, because bills got to get paid. Things still have to be accomplished, and if everything throws you off your track, that's going to be a real problem for everyone in their growth. So that's my take on that.
I love it. I love it. And like I said, to piggyback off of what you saying, like I said, it is whole purpose of having a podcast is so we can always hear a point of view. So like I said, when Marcia said that we don't know what's going on in her every day, that is like, you don't really think about that. You know what I'm saying? You don't really think about like what's going on with her personally. So it is, you kind of get missed out on that fact, right? But I think my general thing was, and I'm glad you corrected me on she being, because I thought she was like 19, 20, right? So she's 24. It's like, bro, and that just kind of strengthens my point now. It's like, come on, bro, you're 24. You're 24. Like there's be a certain point where you gotta what you just said, Lolo. It's like we're not suppressing your emotions, but we're regulating them to a point where it's like why are you standing in the middle of a tennis court crying because somebody said you suck? Like seriously, that's what triggers you. So I'm in this place. Yeah, you right. It is. You have to, bro. You have to do better with your emotions. You can't just boohoo cry. And I think that in society's world today, we've gotten to a place, and it's just my opinion, we've gotten to a place where we want to be so sensitive to everybody that we're not allowing people to get some kind of tough skin. because in life, not everything is going to be your way. You're not always going to succeed. You're going to fail. You're going to lose. You're going to fuck up. You're going to, be picked last. You're not going to make the cut. You're not going to make it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean you're this horrible, crappy person. And if we keep pushing our generation to always be so sensitive, then we're going to have a generation of kids who do shit like participation trophies. I went to, a soccer game where they don't keep score. And it's like, well, what's the fucking point of playing a game if you're not going to keep the score? They're playing baseball games where they don't keep the score. If the kid can't hit the ball after 3 strikes, they put the ball on the tee so the kid can hit the ball. It's like, you're not teaching him anything. Sports is supposed to teach you, my nigga, when I go to the gym, I listen to this one motivational speaker. And I think it's like C.T. Fletcher. He said, you cannot get mad for the success you didn't get for the work that you didn't put in. So it's like, if you want to hit the ball off the pitch, then practice your damn swing. You know what I'm saying? You want to score a goal, then go out here and practice. We're teaching this, especially our young kids, that like you're going to get something for your efforts. It's like, no, you get nothing for your efforts unless you succeed in it. It's like, you want something, you work for it. And it's just like, well, I didn't make a goal. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it to where like, they let the kids go out here and kick the ball in the net while they're not keeping. It's like, what? Like, no, little Johnny sucks. Like, he doesn't get to kick the ball in the net. You want to kick the ball in the net? Be better than the person that you're playing against. That's just how it works. And I just think that we're getting to a place where it's like, we're not allowing, especially these kids these days, to compete, because life is a competition. Like, life is a competition. At the end of the day, everybody up here is employed. To keep your job, you have to be better than somebody else. That is just straight up fact. If you are not better than somebody else, your ass will get replaced. That's just how it is. Like we talked about, these jobs don't value us. We can drop dead today and they'll have a fucking ad in Indeed tomorrow to replace us. If you start sucking at your job, you will be replaced. It is a competition. So if we teach these kids that everything's supposed to be handed to you and kind of cupcakey, then it's like you'll never really learn anything. Somebody says something mean to you, you go run and tell. Like, what happens when you get to your first job? What happens when you're of age? What happens when you get to college and the college professor says something mean to you? Like, then what? When the college professor says, hey, you gave me this thesis paper, it sucks, bro. I'm giving you an F, you can do better. What are they going to do? They're going to complain to the dean, and they're going to run home to mommy. You're going to drop out of college because the dean said your paper sucked. Like, no, you say, okay, cool. You take your F, you go back, you work hard at it, and you fucking deal with it. Like, you just have to deal with it. That's how it is. Like, life is a competition. Think about it like this. From the moment we were all shot out of a nutsack, we beat 50 billion other sperm to the egg. Okay? If you're ever feeling down, think about it like this. We beat 50 billion people to an egg and got there and made it. We've already beat one of the hardest odds of being conceived, being birthed healthy, right? And being to at least 29 between all of us. So we've beat a lot of odds already. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like with her and a lot of other stuff, it's just like you have to be conscious of what's going on around you, but you can't break down crying every single time something goes your way, because I know people like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have a cousin like that. I'm not going to say her name, but every single time something goes wrong, she is crying. And it's just like, oh my God. It's like, I'm looking at my uncle like, bro, what the hell happened? And she's like, bro, her mom, right? He's like, they got a divorce. And her mom's just telling her, oh, you can be anything you want. No, you can't. No, you can't. That's not how life works. That's not how life works. You can't be 5'5" and an NBA player. That's a 1 in a trillion shot, bro. It's only like 3 niggas that ever made it to the NBA under like 5'5", bro. It's a 1 in a trillion shot. Okay, so it just won't happen, bro. Find your other niche. You can't always have everything you want, and I think that's like the biggest thing that we are missing in life is that like Telly, you have kids. You know what I'm saying? Lola, you have kids. You give your kids, Marcia, I don't know, do you have kids or not? So do you give your kids realistic expectations? Like when you talk to your kids, you give them realistic expectations. You give them real life tips, you know? It's like, you ever have a bully come talk to me, but at somewhere down the line, you tell your kid like, hey, you're going to have to defend yourself, you know? So it's just like you telling your kid, I'm gonna have to defend myself if I'm ever not around to defend you. That right there is uncoddling them, saying, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for you. So it's just like there's a lot of kids out there that are not told that. And so what happens is you get these kids who have a mental breakdown because they're not making $100,000 by the age of 30, out there losing their shit. Like I see people at my job right now, kids 26, right? And he is stressed out, like, oh, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. My plan isn't working. I say, what's your plan? Oh, my plan is to do this, that, and the third. And I'm trying to get to a point where I'm making at least 100K by 30, maybe 31. And I'm like, boy, do you know there's people out there 50, 60 don't make 100K? Like, why are you're putting this pressure and expectation on yourself? You know what I'm saying? And what that comes from is people always telling you, you can do it, you can do it. You know what? Sometimes you can't, bro. And you got to kind of take that L and deal with it. Sometimes life's going to throw you an L and you take your L and deal with it. You got pregnant when you was young, you took an L, but you move on from it, you move aside, and you make the best of your situation. You can't sit around and fucking cry about it. It's like, oh, I got pregnant, oh, my life is over. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your life isn't over. But you make the best of your situation. Your baby daddy ain't shit. Well, make better decisions, but your life is not over. Your girl cheated on you and she left you for a nigga with more money and she left you with the apartment by yourself. Okay, life sucks. Get a second job, hold that shit down till your lease is up, move out, move on. You know what I'm saying? But it's like shit happens in life. You're gonna have to overcome shit. And we have a generation who doesn't know how to overcome problems because everything we were coddled. So Lil Connor, who got a participation trophy, who got to kick goals when he didn't score a goal, who got to hit the bat off the tee. Do you think this fool is going to start conflict resolution when he gets in his teens? Do you think he's going to be mentally and emotionally stable when he gets in his 20s? And his job tells him, oh, man, we got to let you go because your performance sucks. You know what I'm saying? Guess what Lil Connor's going to do? He's going to be the first one to want to hang himself. Why? Because we didn't teach these kids to suck it up. Like, okay, you lost your job. Now what? Go get another one. Go get a part-time job till you can get a better job. But it's like Chris just said, no coping skills. So if we coddle these kids and we keep making them sensitive, you're not having any coping skills. And life is going to continue to kick you in the ass when you don't have any coping skills. Personally. Ms. Marcia, you want to elaborate?
I think it has to be a good balance. So the way I grew up, my parents didn't care about my feelings. Like I just had to do what they told me to do. And so I grew up feeling like I didn't have a voice. And so just like Christopher is saying, like, we have to teach our kids coping skills, right? We're telling them to be tough. But what does that mean? How can I be tough? Right? And so it's like, I grew up old school where you do what I say, you don't ask no questions. I don't care what you think. And now it's like you said, like people are just very sensitive in a sense. So we have to find that middle ground where we're teaching our kids or anyone that's in our lives how to have healthy coping skills. Like, yes, life is not easy. Life is going to be very hard. But this is what you do when life hits you hard. And the problem is, like, I don't know the young girl. I don't know anything about the young girl. Like, this is my first time hearing you about her crying. It's like, we don't know who people have in their lives. So we don't know who's pouring into her, right? We don't know who's pulling from her. And so if we see someone that's on the wrong path, why can't we help guide them? Because maybe we know something they don't know. Maybe we know how to teach them how to navigate, right? And the way you may say it, it might make the light bulb go off. And I can't judge anyone, right? Who am I to judge? Like, I'm an imperfect being. And so I think it's important for us to make sure that the people that we do have in our lives, the people that we can help, let's help them, right? Or like maybe like if you have a friend that's a parent and you see how they talk to their kids. You remember like old school used to be like, it takes a village, right? But nowadays people be all scared because parents don't know how to accept constructive criticism. Like, I'm trying to help you, right? So why can't we just say, like, oh, I noticed that little Jimmy, I don't even know why I'm saying little Jimmy. That sounds so lame. But little Jimmy,
it's a better name. We gotta get a better name than Jimmy.
I know, right? Let me say Lil Barack. I don't know. Charles.
We'll go with Lil Barack. Let's go.
Lil Barack. I noticed that, whatever he said, that he was having issues, and I noticed how you helped him deal with it. Now, from my experience, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should say this with him. Maybe you should say this to help him through it, or give him these tools to help him through it. Because the problem in the world is we don't have no coping skills, and that's why we have so much hurt in the world. That's why we have people killing themselves. That's why we have people killing others. That's why we have people not stepping into their full potential and not healing from their past. And so I feel like it's important for us to not judge others, but try to understand, like, how can I help this person? Right? And how can I be a better person in society so I don't add to whatever that person has going on with them? First of all, I don't know no one's trigger. Like, I can't say that can't be a trigger for someone, because I don't know what that person has went through. I can't say that shouldn't make that person emotional. I don't know what you could still be going through. Yes, you could be an adult, but you could be in an abusive relationship that you don't know how to leave. So I can't judge. But my question is, if we come together more instead of judging, instead of assuming, and try to figure out, how can I help? Like, we assume that people had the same upbringing as us, that we assume that people had the same parenting as us, so you should just get it. That should be common sense to you. Well, everyone is not us. Everyone doesn't have the same common sense. What is normal for us is not normal for somebody else. So we can say all that we want to say, but like you said, this is just all opinions. But how can I be a light in someone else's life? How can I help turn somebody's despair into hope? How can I help turn somebody's pain into joy? That's all.
I like that. I'm going to start using that. Telling you listening, we're going to start using that. How can we be a light in somebody else's life? How can I be? So, you know what? I like that. See, that's why I rock with you. That's why I brought you on today, because you out here dropping gems. How can I be a light in your life today? That's what I'm gonna start telling people. When I walk into the corporate office, like, hey, got a frown on your face. How can I be a light in your life? What can I do to help you out? But what you're saying is very true, right? Like I said, that's why I love having different people on, because it gives a different perspective. It is, we don't know her upbringing. We don't know her situation, just like we don't know a lot of people's situation. Right, we just kind of look at it from our own perspective. So, like I said, I 100% agree that I don't know how she's raised. I just look at it like, girl, I look at it from a very vague point of view. You're 24, right? Half black woman, half Asian. So I've known you've got some stuff. Or you know what it is? You're probably 24, half black and half Asian, and you've probably been sheltered and coddled all your life because your parents didn't want you to deal with that hate that the world is going to give you. Which I think, for especially as young kids of color, I feel like you need to kind of go through that a little bit so you can know how to deal with that shit later on in life, because you don't need to be 24 years old and the first time somebody calls you a nigger, you ready to break down and cry, try to kill them. Like, no, you got to know, figure out how to deal with that, because we've all been called. Bro, I got called the N-word like about a week ago in traffic, and I looked at Karen and was like, whatever. And for me personally, you know a reason why I'm insulted when a white person calls me nigger? It is, out of all the things you could call me, that's the best you can come up with, is just the N-word. I feel like you can do, but I told one person, well, you can do better than that. I said, your Aryan Hill brother nation would be very disappointed if the only thing you could call me was the N-word. You can do better than that, right? And I was just like, so I like I said, I 1,000 agree with what you're saying. It has to be a certain point where it's like we looking at people's lives and like, you ain't been raised like us, so you don't think like us. But at the same time, like we all said, there has to be some type of coping skills and a balance, because, bro, you're a professional athlete. People are gonna say wild and crazy shit to you. I swear to God, I pulled up this segment on YouTube this week about like the shit NFL players and NBA players here in the crowd, and the shit that they say is crazy to these players. Now, mind you, like I was watching one. It was like what was it? Like DeMarcus Lawrence, his defensive end for the Cowboys. Brother is 6'8" and almost 300 pounds, and some fat chubby dude was like you ain't shit. If I see you in the streets, I'd punch you in the face. And I'm like, so your 5'5" ass is gonna swing on a nigga that's almost 6'8" and 300 pounds. You just talking because you in the stands, but it's like probably because DeMarcus has had coping skills. He's like, whatever, don't bother him, right? But I do want to bring, you know what I'm saying? Brandon. I do want to bring up a good comment, right? What Jerica said. She said Venus and Serena has dealt with all type of racial discrimination, death threats, people calling them ugly. I did just watch that movie with Will Smith in it. And it was very intuitive, right? And all the shit that they dealt with, and not one time did they ever like just like, oh, I'm gonna die and let the world. No, it's like they internalize it and they use it to be great. And that's what I'm talking about when that's what I think we all kind of mean when it's like coping skills. That's what we want to see when we see coping skills. And you deal with that shit later. What you got? I know you've been waiting patiently.
Well, look here, man. I don't know. For me to speak about, I'm speaking from an athlete standpoint. I played competitive sports for the longest, you know, and somebody saying I suck. I've heard that before, and I just laugh at it because normally when they saying that, I done whoop their ass. I'm like, how can I suck? I'm beating the shit out of you. But that's okay. I'm going to continue to beat the shit out of you. Say it again. I'm going to beat the shit out of you some more. So who really sucks? You know, you got to, I sit my kids down. I've sat them down to talk to them about the world. I'm like, you're going to have people in this world that just don't like you. For no damn reason, you can't figure it out. They're not going to like you. They're going to say stuff to you like, I bought you these shoes. Some people ain't going to like those shoes. They're going to talk about them shoes. So what? You know, I got the same pair of shoes. You think it's cool, right? As long as you think they're cool, that's fine. You got to wear them. They don't. I'm like, I tell you what. If somebody talk about your shoes or clothes, get their sizes for me. Come back and give them to me. Okay. I'm going to buy the exact same thing for them. Take it to school with you. Give it to them. I bet you they wear it. Where are you out here? I'm like, I bet you they put it on. Because why? They wish they had somebody to care enough, you know, to get them that. So you got to listen to people. Somebody said, she said, oh, you suck. I would have looked around and say, so does your mama on Friday night? And I know personally.
Damn. See.
Hey, I'm quick with mine. I grew up in an area where we just roast each other. So, and we didn't cry about it. You know, the only way it got out of hand when you say something about somebody's mama or grandma, then now the hands come out. But other than that, we'll sit there and we'll talk about each other, head, clothes, body odor, everything. And I grew up in that area where like, man, you know, that's what we did. We either got quick with it, you know, you practice. Somebody said, and you got better. I mean, we can't keep coddling these, because like life is going to happen. No matter what, life is going to happen. You can't stop it. Only way life don't happen is you dead. As long as you breathing and walking this planet, life is going to happen. And ain't nothing going to hit harder than life. So you got to be prepared. You got to prepare the kids. You got to prepare yourself. Like, hey, I'm an emotional person. Don't get me wrong. Shit, certain songs and movies make me cry. I don't care. I'm 6'3", 365. I dare you. I'll whoop your ass. Point up on me. I'll tell you I cry. Yeah. And we're going to be crying together. I'm going to be whooping your ass. But anyway, I do. Tiffany will tell you. But she got a problem. She just won't make me cry. I don't know why. She just be trying to make me cry for no odd reason. I'll be sitting
Shelly,
there yawning.
Hey, are you being emotionally abused? And you need somebody to come and get you?
Yeah, I need a
let us
hotline.
know. Hey, we hear real talk and family talk. Do not advocate for emotional domestic abuse.
But you know, you gotta. It's okay to be emotional, but somebody saying you suck, man, you play a professional sport. You probably playing against their favorite tennis player, and you whooping that person ass. You know, so they trying to throw you off your game. Hell, if you went into the match, you really can't hear people in the stands. You like, man, I'm focused on whooping this people ass. Because when I play football, shit, I couldn't really hear nothing. I could only hear my teammates and my coach. People in the stands, shit, I couldn't hear them.
True.
You know, it's like I'm so focused on doing my job, I can't hear them. Like a few weeks ago, Russell Westbrook, he got upset, all huffy and puffy, because somebody called him Russell Westbrook. That's all they said. Westbrook. Now he brings his family into it.
Yeah,
My wife and kids can't come to the game because they call me Westbrook. I'm like, dog.
No.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. It's like, again, but like I said, what Marcia said, right? We have to like, bro, what's going on in your life that somebody saying Westbrook is getting you all bent out of shape? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like once we have that discussion about what's going on with you, you know what I'm saying, that is a problem for you, then I think you move on from there. Cause like, I'm with you what you said, like, but all we used to do was roast each other as kids. You know? So it's like, bro, we done heard all the jokes, we done all dealt with it, and Marcia had a good point last night when I was listening to her on Bree's interview last night, that she said that she had to go through a point where people picked on her for her freckles. You know what I'm saying? She grew up in a black neighborhood and they picked on her for her freckles. She heard it all, you know, connected dots, all that, right? So it's like she dealt with it, right? But I'm pretty sure after a certain while, it didn't even bother her. You know, somebody say something and she probably like, oh, I done heard that before. Whatever. Not even finna bother with you. I'm pretty sure you didn't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, whatever. I done heard it. You know what I'm saying? She probably had her feelings about it, but she moved on with it. We all did. We all move on with the shit that we go through. It's like you can't just cry about every single inconvenience, because then you become that spoiled and entitled person that's like, ooh, life sucks. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, life sucks. And I'm like, you're like, I was watching this one thing on YouTube, and like I said, one boy was sitting there complaining about how his life sucks and how he's mad that his business hasn't taken off. And the dude was like, well, how much of your money invested in it? He's like, well, my dad gave me $100,000 to start this business. And I'm like, excuse me? Let me get this straight. Your business isn't taking off, but your dad gave you $100,000 to start the business, right? And you're upset. You're stressed out. And I was like, this is what happens when you call to your kids. They get $100,000 to start a business and they're stressed out. Most of everybody is from working a second job.
Man, look here, man. My brother once told me, when a person or people know what buttons to push and you react to it, they're going to keep pushing that button. But if you ignore it and move on, guess what? They stop because they can't get to you. They try to find something else. I tell my kids that. Got a story. My daughter riding the bus, man, one day. Little boy called her an asshole. She was like, I went about her business, doing what she was doing. Her mom calls all upset, though. He called her an asshole, and I was like, well, how did she feel? Oh, no, she didn't say nothing. She was just, I'm like, then what's the problem? And then when I got her, I spoke to her. I said, the boy called you an asshole? She said, yeah. I said, well, how did it make you feel? She said, I didn't care. I just kept doing what I was doing. I said, and that's perfect. When you encounter people like that in life, that's how you handle it. Like, whatever. The next time somebody calls you an asshole, you tell them, yeah, you're probably right. I get it from my dad. And just keep it moving. You know, like, I teach my kids how to cope with people out here, because that's my biggest fear. I'm like, I don't want y'all growing up soft. I'm like, Dad didn't grow up soft. Shit, I don't want you to grow up like me, because, man, shit, I grew up in neighborhoods where you had to fight all the time. You know, people try to make you soft, you know, pretend like you soft, and they step to you, you have to throw them hands on them and prove.
Defend yourself.
Right. And I'm like, and people, we talked about each other and nobody cried, but hey, people, one day you will win the battle. Next day, somebody roasting you. You just got to be able to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And they pretty much seem to, grasp that. And I haven't had any problems with them at school and people talking about them. But they know how to handle it. And I keep on drilling. Like, hey, you are you. Some people gonna like you, some people not. That's just life.
Hey,
can you
right,
believe it? Some people don't like Dad. You know what? I don't care. Hell, I wake up in the morning early so they don't like me. I get on their nerves. Shit.
I like you. I like you.
And that's all that matters to me.
I like you. Y'all look forward to everything. And you know what? Some people don't like me too. You know what?
I mean,
at one point I would be devastated. I'd be devastated. I don't like what? Hey, like what?
I got a question. This girl, is she winning tournaments?
Yeah.
Actually, not too long ago, she literally beat Serena Williams.
Okay, so this is what society does. Society will have us focusing on her crying, but can we even acknowledge the fact that despite that she cried however many times on TV, that she continues to show up?
Bruh, she's a beast. Up. She's a beast. I would never take that away from her.
She could be at home crying and not want to show up again, but she continued to go out and get that beating. Right. From those people. And we need to acknowledge that.
You're winning. So why are you crying? Like, you suck. All right, but I won. I'm with Telly on that one. I'm like, you suck. All right, cool. Watch me hit this. What is it called when they hit the ball on the serve and it goes.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever. Like, watch me hit this ace. And it's like, so she's winning. So I don't understand why she's mad. It's like, girl, you getting that black girl magic in, bro. Like, I don't understand why you're crying because somebody said you suck. That's what kind of took me by surprise. It would be one thing if you actually did suck, but you kind of don't suck. So why are you crying? But we're gonna hit our last subject of the night, and then we're gonna let everybody go to bed because it's getting late. Our last subject of the night. So mistreating people, then avoiding communication is not protecting your peace, it's avoiding accountability. Let me say that again, right? Mistreating people, then avoiding communication is not protecting your peace. It's avoiding accountability, right? So I'm gonna tell a story right quick. That is, and I'm not trying to bring it up, but I'm gonna kind of bring it up. That is like the synopsis of the Otis story. Is like you did a whole bunch of fuck shit, told your side of the story, and then blocked me because you said you didn't want drama. It's like that's what that is. It's we've all been there. We've all had it happen to us, and it's just one of them statements. I'm pretty sure we can all bring up at least a quick example of something that happened. And trust me when I tell you, this is one of those places. I'm the wrong person to do it to. I'm the wrong person to do it to because I'm 33 or 34. No, damn, I'm getting old. I'm 34, right? And I still believe in punching people in the face as a perfectly way to go resolve your issues, because people talk out their mouth and get reckless like you can't be touched. Like people will walk up on your personal space and say shit like I won't reach out and bop your ass right quick. Like I don't understand. Like nigga, I went to POW. That's all we did. Like real talk. We beat niggas up for a living. Like I went to a school so bad we didn't even get suspended for fighting. Like literally they just sent us to ISS for 2 days. Like real talk. Ask me how I know, because I seen Lolita up in that motherfucker at least about 5 or 6 times. Straight me, bro. We used to be the ISS king and queen, bro. We be in there every single other week. Like it just, like I don't know. It shit just bothers me. So from my standpoint, don't bother me, because I'm already mad that you bothering me. I'm already mad that you trying me. And then when you try to act, because you have those people out there that start shit. And they'll be like, oh, I don't know why they mad. That just infuriates me. I know I need to do better. I'm working on myself, right? That's why we got a podcast, because I'm trying to surround myself with positive, good thinking people so I can do better. You know what I'm saying? Marcia seems to be a very good, positive person. So I'm going to keep, being in contact with her and doing better. But it's like I'm not there yet. God's still working on me. So please don't test me. Don't fuck with me and play victim, because then I'm ready to pull up at your job. Now I'm ready to get violent. Like, I'm not there yet. Please leave me alone. Don't do me wrong. And if you're gonna do me wrong, admit that you did me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you really have people out there that do that. And I just want to know, like, from everybody, have you ever been through that? And how do you feel about those people? Because they're narcissistic. You're very narcissistic and you're very victim blaming. Personally. So how do y'all deal with that type of interaction? Let one of y'all ladies go first. Lola?
Yeah, that is a huge pet peeve of mine, and it goes down to accountability. I like for people to be accountable. So yeah, that one's a very tough one for me. If you did me wrong, I respect you to just go, yeah, I did it, and I don't ever want to talk to you again, versus trying to avoid the conversation. And I know it's hard to have those tough conversations, but yeah. But I also don't care at the same time too. So if somebody does me wrong and doesn't want to talk to me, they don't ever have to talk to me again. It's annoying, but I don't really give a damn if they don't ever talk to me again. That's my coping mechanism too. So if we ever get in a battle of who don't gives a fuck the less, is I'm going to win. I'm going to win. So that's me all day. So I don't like it, but it also doesn't bother me, if you will.
So do you think those type of people have like narcissistic behavior in a certain sense?
Well, I don't know. I guess because usually narcissists like to see your reaction. They like to get reactions out of you. I think it's just more like cowardly in a lot of sense. I think that's a better word if I had to describe it. It's very cowardly for somebody to do you greasy and then not want to talk to you about it, not address it.
I think that I 100%. I think it's a sign of almost immaturity too. It's just very immature. It's like, nigga, come on, bro, for real. Or even not like even females, because females will do you some type of way and then be sitting around telling the whole world like, oh, you this type of dude, and I'm like, what? Like, so let me get this straight. I'm broke because I wouldn't help you pay your rent, but like the reason why I didn't help you pay your rent because I found out you had 3 other niggas helping you pay your rent. But the story you gonna tell us I'm broke. All right, cool. All right, cool. She ain't had no donut when she went home that day, but I'm broke. Cause I put that motherfucker on it. I took that bitch clean off too. So call that other nigga to get you a donut, bitch. Anyway, Marcia.
It makes me think of like 2 statements: misery loves company, hurt people hurt people. Because what happens is, like we said earlier, like people don't want to face their truth and people don't want to be accountable for their words and actions. Like I tell my kids all the time, your words and your actions have consequences. So be mindful of your words and how you're treating people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. It is so sad that people think that they can go out here and treat people any kind of way and not be held responsible. At the same time, I've been a person that hurt someone, but because I was hurting myself, I wasn't even able to process the fact that I hurt someone until I was able to heal myself. So on the flip side, I truly feel that there are people who are not out here and, intentionally, oh, I'm going to hurt somebody today. But they're hurting themselves and they're not able to recognize that what they're doing is affecting the people that's around them. And so I feel like it's important for us who recognize that stuff is to call them out, right? We got to call them out. And it's always the way that you communicate things, because when we communicate things to people, my thing is, yeah, I can get black. I can do all that. My hands, I can say all this stuff. But what is that going to do? All that's going to do is get you defensive and get you mad, right? So when I communicate something to you, first of all, I want to make sure that I'm not mad, I'm not angry at the time, that I have a clear head, that I have been able to process. And that when I'm communicating with you, that you walk away thinking, like you walk away learning something, not you walk away thinking like, oh, she's just a B, right? She always complaining about something, you know? And so we have to be able to do our part and then leave the rest up to them. And if still they don't want to apologize or they don't want to acknowledge they were wrong, that's not our problem. We said it to them. We see who they are. You know, people will show you who they are. When people show you who they are, believe them. So if you continue to deal with that person after they have showed you who they are, I gotta walk away. But if I continue to go back, I want to get hurt. I'm asking for it. See, the thing is, we can't control people, right? But what we can control is us. We can control how we react and how we allow people to make us feel. I allowed you to get me upset. I allowed you to make me cry. Because listen, I have control over me. No one has control over you but you. Right? So when my son comes to me and say, if he did something, he say, well, Bryce made me mad. Well, Bryce did this. Okay, well, what did you do after Bryce did that? Because you're responsible for what you did after he did what he did. You had a choice at that moment, right? You had a choice. And the decision you made was to do this when you could have done this. So we got to stop allowing people to control us because we have all the control. And we wonder why we're so stressed. We wonder why we don't have any peace. We don't have any happiness. Because you continue to give people your power when the power is yours. It doesn't belong to anyone else. And once you say whatever you have to say to that person, someone did you wrong, maybe you'll never get a sorry. Maybe you'll never get an acknowledgement. Forgive them and let them go. I forgive you. And I'm letting you go because me letting you go, me forgiving you is taking back my power. Because if I don't forgive you, if I hold on, so we say I don't care a lot. I don't care. It's not dealing with it because we're still holding on to it to a certain extent, right? We have to let people go, not for their benefit, but for our benefit. Because when we don't let people go, we stay in the past. We stay in that situation. And we wonder why nothing is changing around us. We wonder why we keep going in cycles. We keep dealing with the same type of people. We keep dealing with the same type of things. If you find yourself in the same situation, dealing with the same type of people, it's different people, but it's the same situation. It's because you ain't learned the last time. So get over yourself. Like I tell people all the time, and I tell myself, get out your feelings. And take your power back.
Where were you at? Like my last 3 relationships, I got my power back. You need to start. Listen, we start having you on for our relationship topics because whoo shy. Some of these people be going through it. Woo. Oh, go ahead and finish us off for the night. Ooh, she's
Man.
By the way,
she said a lot.
Hey, you got some fans in the audience.
Yes.
Finish us off for the night. People that do you wrong and then avoid the conflict, saying they're preserving their peace.
Ooh, gaslighting. That's what you're talking about. The stuff upsets. Look here, man. I'm a person. I'll let you say your piece, no matter how crazy it is to me. You can say your piece, tell your side of the story, whatever your perspective is. But when you don't let me say mine in return, then that pisses me off. Like, you can't sit up here and drop the bomb and then say, I don't want no trouble and walk away. Like, wait a minute. I listened to you. What you said was stupid, in my opinion. That ain't the way it went, but if you saw it that way, okay. But you just can't walk away from it. I don't want no problems. Well, you got one now. It wouldn't have been a problem if we could sit down and talk it out. But now you want to walk away. And like you said, you go tell the story to everybody else. And you're like, hold on, that ain't the way it went down. Hold on. Now you character assassinating and all this other stuff. Like, we got an issue. But I learned, as Marcia said, you gotta let that go. Sometimes you won't get closure from people. You gotta be all right about that. You gotta be able to say, well, you know what? Hey, fuck. And walk away. Preserve your own peace of mind. Because I promise you, they're not sitting around saying, damn, I did Charlie wrong. They ain't even thinking about me. They living their best life, doing their thing, not even giving care about how they did me. So why would I sit around and hold on to such and such did me bogus? And man, that's messed up. Because I become their prisoner, in a sense. It's like, now I can't move forward with myself. I can't do what I got to do. Now I'm sitting around here holding on to something I don't need to hold on to.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to mess me up because you ain't thinking about me, so I ain't thinking about you. I mean, that goes for any interaction with any human being you have. It amazes me that women, a lot of women, some dudes too, they hold on to this past hurt, and they keep holding on to it and keep holding on to it, destroying future relationships because of what somebody else did to them years ago. I always tell them, like, do you think they sat around or sitting around thinking about how they did you wrong? Hell no. They on with the next person, and I'm pretty sure the story that they told about the last relationship,
the story that happened,
right? They painted themselves as the victim. You did them bogus, So why is you sitting here, worried, man, holding on to what they did to you? Let it go, move forward.
Like the song Frozen.
Get the help, man, right? Get the help that you need. Because if you're having a hard time, go talk to somebody. But don't be a prisoner. That's people hold you hostage. You're a prisoner. They have the power over you. I can't let people have power over me. That's just because, no, that doesn't sit well with me. I'm like, so if anything, if you learn anything from tonight, let it go. Talk whoever you got to talk to. Let it go. If you didn't get the closure, that's okay. You still here. Them fools or whoever, they'll get theirs in the end, trust me. It always comes around, man. And it's going to be 10 times worse. Hell, hopefully you there to witness it. So you can look and laugh. Shit.
Gotta make a way.
Man, I know. There's been a couple of times I was there to witness motherfuckers get what they coming after they did me wrong. And I'll be like, damn. Ain't that the way you did me? Man, shit hurt, don't it?
Hey, karma's gonna get you no matter what religion you believe in, no matter what life you live in. I had to take some time. Listen, but I'm gonna say this, right? And we're gonna let everybody go big. I say this. I think that what you said when you said like men and women hold on to that hurt, and this is me being 100% honest. When it comes to holding on to hurt, men hold on to hurt way more than women. And I will give you a perfect example of it. There are so many men out there being complete fuckboys because they got cheated on one time in they 20s. I got cheated on when I was 24, so now I'm just a dog ass nigga till I'm 40. That's not how that works, bro. That's not how that works, bro. You can't keep holding on to that. And I think men are a perfect example. But Marcia has came through today and she's added so many new phrases to my vocabulary about being a bright spot in somebody's life. I'm taking my power back. I almost wanted to forgive Otis up here. I swear to God I did. I like to forgive this nigga, right? I really should, right?
Oh my God.
I really should. I gotta put hands on him still, but I might just be in a. Hey, you keep talking to me, Marcy. I might just be ready to forgive this nigga. I swear I will. I'll put hands on him, but I might be ready to forgive him to take my power back. Right? So I just want to thank Marcia for coming and hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
Short notice, but she made it happen, and I appreciate you coming to hang out. And obviously, you got a little following going on with the ladies in the crowd because they say you were preaching tonight, right? So you are welcome to come back and hang out with us anytime. You know what I'm saying? You're available. Come hang out with us because this is what we do on Tuesday night. We come hang out and we talk about everything, right? So speaking of that, we have a very, very special episode next week, right? If you haven't seen the new Fresh Prince, right? Go ahead, hop on the Amazon, hop on the Peacock, hop on the Peacock. Peacock, binge watch the Fresh Prince because we will be talking about the Fresh Prince, the new Fresh Prince next Tuesday. Because I got some people that have some discrepancies. They not fucking with the show.
I wasn't gonna watch it. I was boycotting it.
Well, hey, can you watch it for some research? We surely appreciate it. I tell you, hey, give me
the bootleg version so that way I don't give them any more views.
Hey, get JoJo to watch it and let her give you the cliff notes.
No, I don't want them to see it. I don't want them to see that, but it's shenanigans. But yes, I may.
We'll get some cliff notes then, because I got some cliff notes, and we're gonna talk about the Fresh Prince next week. And Miss Marcia, you're more than welcome to come back and hang out with us because we're gonna talk about the Fresh Prince next week. But we about to head out. Marcia, tell them your name and shout out your podcast one more time for the people, for the black people that's late.
Right. Showing up late, asking for some chicken. It's already put up.
Damn.
Hello. Well, thank you all for having me on. This has been great. My name is Marcia Cole. I am an empowerment speaker and breakthrough strategist. I have a podcast that's called the BFF Effect Podcast, which means bringing females forward. I also have a weekly Zoom talk that's called Faith, Focus, and Finish Strong. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Marcia and like Nancy Cole.
All right, y'all heard that she is bringing people together. Listen, I want to be on the podcast. I'm ready. You let me know when I can be on. I'm ready to be on.
I'm gonna hit you.
I'm ready to be on. I'm trying to bring a little positivity. You need to hit up our boy Coach because he be all about the positivity. But that's our time for the night. We ran over a little bit because Marcia started preaching, and like I said, we're gonna get you a road. We're gonna get you a road with a white.
The man was over here preaching too. Don't put it all on me. Like he was coming with. I was about to pass around the offering plate.
Hey, you do it with a good heart, okay? You gotta go rewind some of the shows and see some of the shit that he done already said. He lost his robe a long time ago. You do it with a good heart. He having a good night. Some of these other shows, he lost it a long time ago. But listen, that's our time for the night. So check us out next week, same time, same place, same folks. We're gonna talk about the new Fresh Prince, cause I'm Bill about here being a Jezebel, and I don't like that shit. So. This your boy Jody Skywalker. Below Miss Lolita. To the corner is Miss Marcia. And Cole. Up top is our boy Uncle Pudge, the dog father, aka Puppies Are Us. And we will see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
Bye.